I'm making a video here to help you with Desmos, how to get started. So here we go. Desmos calculator, open that guy up, and you're going to, there we go. What we're going to need to do is change from radians to degrees. So as you can see right now, if I put in a function, y equals sine x, for instance, and you click on these, you'll notice that it goes to 2 pi here, and we don't want that. Radians is a way you're going to measure in grade 12 if you do that. So we're going to change it. So we go to this graph settings wrench, and we're going to have to change it to degrees. Uh-oh, it won't let me because my picture's in the way. Okay. Degrees. Okay. Now, you'll notice that the screen just went really horrible here. You can't really see anything. So one strategy is to zoom out, but you're still not getting a nice picture. The scale here is all wrong for degrees, so you need to change it. In a circle, you have 360 degrees, so you're going to want to go bigger than that. Any sort of value is fine. And with the negatives, I don't know, something like -90, you just need these much bigger. Now you'll notice you have a lot of white space here, so we can clean that up by just changing the y-axis. I tend to recommend something like, maybe -10 to 10. And you can play with these as you go. See, even if you don't like that, you can close it up to maybe 5 or whatever you need. So now we have a picture that we can see, and you can zoom in and out by just scrolling and or using these buttons here. So now when we click on the graph, we can see that it starts at 0, and one cycle, meaning one up and one down, is 360 degrees. So it's making one full circle, one up part of the circle, one down part of the circle, and there you go. That means that the height here is 1 above the middle at 90 degrees, and then back to 0 at 180 degrees, and then down to -1 below the center at 270 degrees and one full cycle at 360. Then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to make a Google Doc. On your machines, you're going to have to use Snip. Make sure that you're taking pictures of some of your graphs, and then you're going to use those pictures. Mine works a little bit differently than yours. And you're going to use those pictures to copy, and then you're going to want to paste them into a Google Doc. Please make your title your name. That will show up, hopefully. Apparently Google Docs doesn't like me. There we go. Your name, the section we're working on, which in this case is 6.3, and then you can just put that up here. Okay. And then you're going to answer some questions. So you might have question 1, for instance. It'd be nice if you told me the page. In our case, it'll be 341. And then you're going to put in whatever picture that you might be using. And you can put more than one picture in at a time. Not sure why that picture is not coming in. There we go. And then it's going to ask you to do things like name the amplitude, which in this case is 1, name the period, which in any normal one, it's at 360 degrees. You can just put 360. And then it's going to ask you to name the axis of symmetry. That is just a fancy word for the middle. Symmetry is always in the middle, so in this case that is at 0, because that line there is the middle. You can see it 0. And then we're 1 above for amplitude. So that would be my answer to a question, and you can have more than one graph on here if you need to, just to save some time and space. Hopefully that made sense. If you have questions, of course, raise your hand and ask, and otherwise that's how to use Desmos. If you're not sure what the questions are, you could always come here, and it tells you all the homework questions right there in the titles. You can also post within that. You can submit it there, or you can share your Google Doc with me, whichever is easier for you. All right, thank you very much.